Welcome to the Hat Show, Season 2, Episode 3. We are live on Facebook at the Hat Show, on YouTube at the Hat Show TX, on TikTok at Tito Okane, and on Instagram, that's Ryan Okane. So I appreciate you guys joining us. Special guest tonight, Chris Moreno. But before we get started, the Hat Show is all about the hats that I wear in the community. So before we kick off with Chris Moreno, let's just talk about some of the things that I do. Most of you guys follow me from poker or my gaming. Just got back from Vegas. Next episode, we're going to talk about my trip to Vegas. But before that, let's switch hats and we'll just run by all the things that I do. Second one, let's switch. This is our Marine hat right here. Just let you know the Marine Corps ball for Collin County is now available to the public. Tickets are available. Visit collinmcl.org. The Marine Corps ball is going to be on November 23rd at Frisco. So come join us. Visit our website at collinmcl.org or visit our Facebook page. And I just want to make sure that we have the Facebook page working. Yep, Facebook page. That's Collin Marine Corps League, Collin County. So appreciate it. Again, I represent the Marines here in Collin County, very much at the chamber and other events for veterans. So visit collinmcl.org. Appreciate that. Next one is actually our, if you guys are not familiar, our Rotary. I was president of Rotary last year, actually 2 years ago, and with Plano East Rotary Club. One thing that we do is the Plano Flags of Honor. Come November, we do have a meeting tomorrow, and I'd love for you guys to come and join us. Check out the Ryla kids that we sponsored for this summer. They're going to be at our meeting. That's at 6:30. Actually, excuse me, 5:30 tomorrow, Thursday, at the Plano Housing Authority in Plano, Texas. So if you guys want to know more, visit us on Facebook at Plano East Rotary Club. I appreciate that. Next on the hat show is our actually I don't have my hat there, but we'll wear a Texas hat. But it's the I'm a school board member for Legacy Preparatory Charter Academy, and we're gonna kick off our convocation tomorrow to welcome all our teachers and administrator. So looking forward to that. Visit us on Facebook, Legacy Preparatory Charter Academy. I'm one of the school boards over there to help out with the kids and education. So those are some of the hats that I wear in the community. Um, Before we bring on our guest, I was hoping, I think it still fits. There you go. It kind of fits as far as our country music. But let me introduce you with our oh, let me put on my other hat. For you guys that know me, my hair has been growing. I used to have a high and tight, so we just fix our hat right here. There you go. And so before we bring him on, let me do the introduction.
Welcome to the big stage, national recording artist, Chris Moreno.
I can get used to her eyes locked on mine. That look I can't deny as the night turns to day. I don't wanna spend the rest of my life pretending I don't love you, and the more that I try to carry on, can outrun the pain that's inside. And I've been trying, but my heart's losing faith. 'Cause living without you is like running. I've been drinking without you, yeah, I'm falling apart. I need something better to pull me out the dark. I ain't sleeping low, 'cause you're still all in my head. I've been drinking
would like to welcome country rising star singer Chris Moreno. Welcome to the Hat Show.
Hello,
Appreciate you
sir. Good to
joining
see you,
me.
man. Thanks
So,
for having me.
welcome our audience over here. And again, the reason I brought Chris Moreno to the Hat Show is pretty much when I go to a casino, there's always country music, pop music, and before he blows up, before his show sells out, I'd love to bring him on the show. And again, I appreciate so blessed to have you here on the show. When I first saw you, it was at the Hub performing. My wife and I were just watching. Great voice, and I had an opportunity to get to know him. And from there, I'll just say you got to perform at the casino. So hopefully we um, we have a lot of my followers are plays at the casino here in Vegas or at Choctaw. So again, appreciate being at the show.
Yeah, man, it's always good to see you in Allen, Texas, which I've probably seen you 5 times at this point now. But yeah, that's on the list. I would like to get the band out there to Vegas. I think that would be a fun time. We'll play one of the bars out there, and yeah, it'll be good.
Appreciate it. Well, as I mentioned, we wanted to get to know you more. Most of the time when we talk to you, we're just watching you perform. How did you get started with the music industry?
Yeah. Like most people, it's a little bit of a complicated story, so I'll give you the shortened version. I always grew up loving music, and ever since I was a kid, I got a guitar when I was like 10 years old, and I always thought that I was going to do music, and it was just would lock myself in my bedroom after school, and it was my passion. At a certain point, though, after high school bands and all that, I went away to college, and I actually got a job right out of college and all that, and I didn't even do music for about 4 or 5 years, and I was just working and making money and all that. And then a little bit later, as the years went by, I kind of like remembered what I wanted to do as a kid. So I kind of started up. I was already, mid to late 20s at that point, and I was like, you know what? Let's give this thing a real shot. So long story short, I was living in Boston, and I started playing shows and just started writing songs after work. And it was really just no expectation, just I just really wanted to write songs, and I wanted to try to become a good singer. So I took lessons and I did all the whole thing. And then after I started getting some momentum in Boston and playing out and releasing music, Nashville was the most logical step from there. And so that was about 6 years ago that I moved from Boston to Nashville. So
I
um,
saw that as far as on your opening, you've been a five-time um, country of the year for Boston music. Is that correct?
yeah. So yeah, definitely got my start in Boston, and I'm grateful for all that time there, and I still love to go back and stuff like that. But
Is
Nashville's the home base right now, and um,
is that where you're
I've
originally from? Is Boston? Growing up in Boston area?
yeah, grew up in like kind of central Massachusetts, suburban town, and then went to college in Massachusetts as well, and then I moved to Boston for a while after
At least you don't have that much of a Boston
that.
accent. Serving in the Marines, we did have Marines from Boston, and
Did you?
one of the things that they always said, "Let's play some cards." And I was like, that's how I always
Yeah,
remember as a poker player. That's where I learned how to play poker is in the Marines, and they always say, "Let's play some cards." They have that
it's
thick
crazy.
Boston accent.
Some people
Let's
have
feature
it. Yeah.
some of your music. As I mentioned, you guys, if you guys have never heard of Chris Moreno, you guys can follow him at all his platform. On the ticker right now, you guys can visit Chris Moreno Music. It has all the information right there. But let's pull up a video, one of the video right here.
Don't wanna spend the rest of my life. I don't love you, and the more that I try to carry on.
So that was in TikTok. Tell us a little bit more about that song.
Yeah, that one's called "Running in Place." That's my most streamed song. I think it's got like 6 million streams right now. It's really funny though. It's like you never know which songs are going to connect with people, and that snippet um, just really got a lot of people to go listen to the song. And there's a lot of people that deal with heartbreak and stuff like that. And it's just whatever, for whatever reason, that song tapped into an emotion. And I mean, I know the reason. It's because I was going through it at the time. So I really do think that's the power of music, is that it can't really be
It's
faked.
personal touch. Yeah,
Yeah, it was
it's your
like
experience.
I was going through a situation. It was just an on and off again relationship, and I just was so frustrated of like you start moving on, but then like they pull you back in, and it's just like you're like, I got to get out of this cycle, but I really don't know if like I'll ever like not love this person, right? It's that feeling. And I came up with that line, and I just knew that it was gonna connect because it connected for me. So, um, yeah, I'm very grateful for that song. It's connected with a lot of people, and
Well,
um,
let's
yeah.
have the audience to get to know you. Um, what's your favorite hobby?
Favorite hobby is fitness. Probably just you know, um, I'm really into like just living a healthy lifestyle in terms of um, we do plenty of partying when it comes to the shows and stuff like that. So when I'm not doing the shows, I try to read books, go for walks, go to the gym, eat healthy. Like that makes me happy. So those are as lame as it sounds,
Yes,
like fitness
I
is my
think I
hobby.
mentioned to
So
you. I have a friend in Vegas. He's a performer, and same thing. He tells me he walks 10 miles in the morning, and
damn,
just to exercise his lungs, so when he sings, he doesn't pretty much sound tired. And I was like, and that's just his startup. Then from there, he does another
it's a
10 miles.
lot. Yeah, I don't
What's
walk that much, but
as far as I don't know. I think you might say the Celtics. What's your favorite sports team?
Patriots. I'm not the biggest sports guy, but when I was living in Boston, I was rooting really hard for the Patriots. That was during the dynasty time,
Super
and we
Bowl.
were winning all
Yep.
the Super Bowls. And but yeah, I mean, it's got the Boston hat, so
And I'm looking for my LA hat. I usually have my Dodger cap on, and
yeah,
I was afraid that you would have that Red Sox hat on.
yeah.
Favorite food?
Favorite food, steak. Um, I eat a lot of meat, so steak. Pizza's my cheat meal, but yeah, steak and all that.
And speaking of pizza, I know when you're at the hub, there's a pizza place over there. Same thing. I think
Yeah.
hopefully Brad's gonna be there. I know sometimes Brad's behind the counter. If you guys are not familiar with the hub, owner of the place is Brad. Remember, sometimes he's working at the back counter over there. There's a pizza place over there. Where
Shout out to the
actually
Hub, best place in Texas.
Chris is gonna be there on the 26th. So if you guys missed, well, he's not gonna sing here, but he's gonna sing here. He's gonna sing there at the hub. You had mentioned you read a lot of books. What's your favorite book to read?
Yeah, that's a hard one to narrow down. I think the most trans I do read a lot of like psychology and self-help books and stuff like that. I was a communications major in college, and I've just always been fascinated by humans in general. The Probably the most transformative book for me was The Power of Now. And that kind of me is the starter book for awakening and realizing that a lot of us are kind of driven by our unconscious mind, and how to live more in the present moment. And um yeah, so I think that's probably the one that I would have to give the biggest shout out to.
Okay, let's play another one of your music, and this is the one I like a lot. Um, when I first heard you at the hub.
I need you more than I'll stand. I'm counting every mile you're in between. And if you're ever feeling lost, come back to where your heart is. I need you more than I understand.
So you probably heard that beep in the background. Same thing. We pulled this off from TikTok. That's where I saw his music a lot after I found him. As you guys are aware, I have a pretty big following on TikTok, and I think he has a bigger following on TikTok than I do. We are getting some comments. Some people are saying hi.
Hey
Sonia,
guys.
Terry, and we have Suzanne saying hello. A lot of your fans, and that's
All
one thing
right.
that I wanted to connect with excuse me, with Chris also. I know we have a the audience that I have is almost similar to the audience that he has when we were talking, and I said, yeah, we have a big follower, and for you guys that follow me a lot on social media, I do a lot of gaming, I do a lot of poker, and before I forget, as far as books. When people ask me for books, what I would recommend for gambling books, most of the time I don't recommend anything. Actually, I tell them read IQ versus EQ. It's an emotional state as far as when you're playing a game that if you can control your emotion, you'll do a lot better. My visit to Vegas this past week, it was more business for me to a point that yeah, I get excited after that. I walk away. That's one thing I always tell a lot of my followers. Once you win, walk away, take home that money. It's a lot better. The other book that I usually recommend to people are game theory. The reason I say this is because people always think that you're up against AI on the computer on some of these gaming. You're actually up against a programmer, so you got to think the way they think, and that's with game. I play a lot of chess, so that's where that came from. So again, appreciate it. As far as getting to know you more, I'm just pulling some of this up.
Real quick, so
What?
your
Sure.
your military discipline probably helps a lot in that too, as far as staying composed and unemotional too, right? I would assume in the
Correct.
poker.
I think that's what serve with the Marines. Same thing. I do a lot of what I call reconnaissance. I look at the area to see what's going on. I read a lot of faces. If there's a lot of sad faces, it's not a good day to play. If there's a lot of happy faces, then I say, you know what, it's time to play. So I'll walk around and same thing. As soon as I win, I get up, walk away, take that money to the bank, and then just take out a little bit more and then play from there. This past visit to Vegas, I won. I was there for 11 days. I won the first 3 days. The last 8 days, I just tried to stay disciplined and watch shows. And same thing, visit a lot of fine dining, watch some shows, and just exercise.
Wow,
Yeah,
11 days. That's amazing.
yes, 11 days in Vegas. So, who inspired you to get into music?
Um, I was always big into rock bands growing up. Um, watching TV, watching MTV as a kid, and seeing bands like Bush and a lot of the '90s rock and like Offspring, Green Day. Biggest influence. I didn't realize this at the time, but when I went to later in life, when I started sitting down to write music, I realized how big Matchbox 20, Goo Goo Dolls, Third Eye Blind. I realized how influential Daughtry, like that kind of sound, is really helped shape me, I would say. But I listen to all types of music. Yeah.
Um, what was the group name? Pumpkin.
Smashing Pumpkins, yeah,
Smashing Pumpkins. There you go.
yeah,
I'm a pumpkin something. Yes. As far as Green Day, Blink 182. My wife and I loved Blink 182 when we were
yep.
dating. We'd go to all the Blink 182 concerts, and same thing. You
Oh
make
wow,
a lot of memories just going to concerts, enjoying the music. And when I'm in Vegas, I love watching shows, just listening to music. I just saw Michael Jackson one, and if you're a fan of Michael Jackson music, it's something to recommend. It's a Cirque du
oh
Soleil
cool,
Michael Jackson show. So when you're out there, I'll take you out there,
hell
especially when
yeah.
you perform at Old Red. Speaking of Old Red, I think you're going on a tour. I'm just looking at your calendar. You're going to be at the Hub on the 26th, and then back to Nashville. Is that correct?
Yeah, yeah, I'm doing a lot of just weekend shows. Some touring, some in Nashville stuff, and I'm always looking to add dates. So that's it's always kind of a work in progress. I'll probably be back to Boston this year as well before the year ends. And but yeah, my website I always update once the date is finalized. So
So TikTok right now. Let me actually play another song, and we got this song from Instagram. And speaking of military, he was performing with MWR at Fort Bragg. Here you go.
used to. Her eyes locked on mine. That look I can't deny. As the night turns to day, I can get used to her clothes on my floor. Never wanted anything more than her kiss on my lips. Yeah, I can get used to this. I can get used to this. Yeah, yeah.
And again, as having served overseas, I appreciate all the entertainers that go out and perform out there. We appreciate as far as making it feel a little bit like home when you guys are out there. So I know Fort Bragg is locally, but I know you had mentioned you go outside the continental U.S. to Alaska, other places. So we appreciate that, and most of the time, when we talk about it, just feels like home when entertainers are out there performing. So thank you.
We appreciate you. Thanks for your service, Ramil. Really appreciate it.
So as I mentioned, it is the hat show. Besides the music hat, when I open up my show, I talk about my marine hat, my rotary hat. This is my gambling hat. It's a Neko, Japanese cat, Neko cat. What other hats do you wear?
Well, weirdly, I'm literally staring at them. In my studio, I have two white hats for some reason. So all the hats I have are pretty much Boston. Um, got a bunch of those, and then my buddy owns a bar called Nash Vegas in Columbia, Missouri, and I've got like nine of his hats. And you would think it's Nashville, but it's actually his place. So I always just rep his, and I think those are the two hats I wear pretty consistently.
Gotta
So.
we gotta tell Brad to give you that
I
hub
do have a
hat.
hub. I do have some hub hats. I know I'm slacking on wearing those.
I guess you'll be wearing that this Friday.
I know.
Um,
Yeah, got to redeem
like I
myself.
said,
Yeah.
so we have TikTok, we have Instagram. Are you on X too? Twitter?
Um, I've kind of put that one aside just because it's like
Same, same
I'm
here. I
trying to
don't have one
keep up.
right now.
So I got YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. I'm trying to just keep it to four. It's already, I want to stay
That's where
consistent. So yeah,
we're live right now. It's on all four. Correct. It
nice.
is kind of hard to manage it. This is produced, directed. Everything is done by me right here. I don't know if you guys are
Nice.
aware. Season one, I had a producer. He had passed away. It took me a while to restart my show. But a lot of people keep saying, "Hey, we enjoy your show. We enjoy a lot of your tips, gaming, and as far as and I appreciate Chris coming to the show as our first singer to come. And again, when I go
Nice.
to casinos, I always see rock star country music performing. So once we have them out there, hopefully we get front row seats at the Chris
Absolutely.
Moreno
Of course.
show. So we appreciate that. The other thing, as I mentioned, how can audience follow you? I think we touched base on that already. Before we close out, let's play one more of your music.
Hearts race, and I love the chase. I know you're not what I need. No, but you ain't like nothing I've ever seen. Girl, I'm on fire, and you're kerosene. So let it burn through the night while we swear it's the last time, but we know we won't let this flame turn to fall.
Again, we appreciate that as far as joining us here at the Hat Show. We'll be back in Vegas next week. We're gonna talk about my trip to Vegas and my upcoming trip to Vegas. But we love when we saw Chris Moreno at the hub, and they're following him a lot. It's been what almost 6 months since I've known you. Every time you're
Yeah.
out here, we go out there try to check him out. I follow his social media. watch it, and finally got him to have him on the show. We appreciate you joining us. So blessed to have you at the Hat Show. Thank you very much again, Chris.
Yeah, thank you for having me, Ramil, and thanks to everyone who's popped up on the live stream. It's good to see y'all.
Yeah, correct. Let's just give a shout out to Sonia, as I mentioned, Terry, Suzanne, Kelly. I see you guys' comment, Terry at MTV. Um, Again, you're welcome. As far as thank you for your service, thank you for my service. We really appreciate you guys tuning in and listening. Follow me again next Wednesday. I'm going to be live again at the same platform, the Hat Show on Facebook, and then Hat Show TX on YouTube, and Tito Okane on TikTok. Chris, appreciate it. Semper Fi. Have a good evening. Thank you again for
You too,
joining me.
brother.
All right, take care.
See you, man.